set this off. We're humble in St. George, Utah. What we're doing right now, we're featuring this Tomahawk steak from Staheli Family Farms. Tomahawk steak is a ribeye steak that they just leave a long bone on for that presentation and that sexiness.
Okay, all right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just start seasoning this up real quick, because as you can see, my cast iron skillet, the only way you should ever do steaks if you're not grilling them, cast iron. You get that sear and it holds heat out of control. So as you can see, we got that cast iron super hot. Don't be scared of heat. That's what cast iron's for, to hold that heat. So I have a little oil and butter in this cast iron skillet. So I'm gonna start the seasoning process on this steak. We're gonna keep it real simple. I got salt, and be generous with it. Beef is meant to handle seasoning. I got salt, I got pepper, I got a little garlic powder or granulated garlic, and then we're gonna set it off. This is a blackening spice. And all this is gonna do is give us another level of flavor. That's what we're going for. So we got that nice and seasoned. And now check this out. We're gonna go right into this extremely hot cast iron skillet. Check that out. Listen to that love. And what you want to do with that is once you drop the steak into a skillet to sear, you don't touch it. Let it do its thing. Be patient. As my boy Ramsey Jackson says, trust the process. I'm gonna let that go for about 4 minutes each side just because of the size of this steak. Usually while that's going on, if you have side dishes or you have anything else you need to prepare, you can be prepping that, because this is something that's just it does better with time. Like I said, set it and forget it. If you don't have to touch it, don't touch it. Because right now you're just searing all those juices and searing all those flavors in. Oh, with a steak like that, you can never go wrong with some scalloped potatoes. You can never go wrong with some green beans. And we can even go, let's take it back to that southern tip. Give me some greens. Give me some yams.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Grits would be outrageous with a steak. I don't know if y'all can see that, but check that sear out. That's what we're going for. Look at that sear right there. And now all we're going to do is flip it over. Just letting it do its thing. Let's go to school for a minute. What you do here is I have a spoon. It's not slotted, just a regular spoon. If you grab your skillet with a towel, remember that's hot. You lean it towards you like this. You take that spoon, you take that hot oil, and you pour it back over the steak. That's called arrosé. And all that's doing, once again, is just giving that steak an all-around sear and an all-around cook. If you wanted to, you could put garlic cloves, rosemary inside of this, and those flavors would fuse into this oil, and you would arrosé it the same way with just those extra levels of flavor. Just a little knowledge. Went to school for a minute.
Love it.
Temperatures on steak: Pittsburgh, rare, medium, medium well, and well. Everybody's preference is different. Everybody's preference is different. Being in the restaurant industry, people can be a little snooty. Oh, let me get mine rare, medium rare. If you take it over that, people want to frown up at you. But I'm going to keep it real. Give me my steak medium well all day. And I'm not going to bat an eye when I order it, because we all paying the same price. Like I said, you got to trust the process. If you go to a restaurant or you're at home and you order a cut of meat like this, you have to expect it's going to take a while. This isn't a flat iron steak. This is a tomahawk ribeye. You have to expect it to take some time. As we say in the restaurant industry, you want it quick or you want it done right. When you say community, you can't say it without saying humble. You don't even necessarily got to add the kitchen, but you got to add the humble. We just add the kitchen in it because that's what we do. Humble Kitchen is a community-based organization started by our boy Ramsey Jackson. And what we do is we do pop-ups, we hook up with nonprofits, and we do events. We give some of the proceeds to that nonprofit, and we just try to bring people together and spread love, because that's what it's about. As my boy Jimmy says, good people, good food for a good cause, and we truly believe in that. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, white, black, green, yellow. Good food is good food, and the table brings everybody together to have some great conversations and solution-driven conversations. But until then, check out humblenorthamerica.com. You can stay informed with everything we do there, from swag to events to just everyday information, podcasts, and that's just what we're doing. So go there and check it out, humblenorthamerica.com, and you can stay informed right there with everything that's coming up. So what I just did is I took that steak off. We're going to let it rest for a minute. Every steak has to rest. The resting process just keeps the cooking process going and gets it up to the temperature you want it to be. And that's what we're doing right now. When you're cutting a steak has grains that runs through it every way. Your job is to find which way those grains are running and cut against those grains. If the grains are running this way, you never cut with the grain. You always cut against the grain. It ensures a tender bite of meat every time. That's sexy. Just the way that's coming off that bone. Look at that. That was done with care. That was done in love, with love from the beginning. Not just with what I'm doing, but this whole process was done the right way. And you can tell. Right there. Staheli Family Farms, Tomahawk ribeye. We're going to put it to the test, people. Right there. St. George, Utah, represent. Let's get it. Humble Kitchen, 2019. Ramsey Jackson, Jim Andrews, Chef Easi, stand up.
1, 2, 3, and I come with the redneck style, 'cause you know I'm getting paid by the mile like